My name is Ruben Camp, and I am the son and nephew of dentists. I spent my entire life growing up around them, and after college, I decided I didn't want to go to dental school and picked up a job with Benco Dental. I've always been into computers and technology and was the friend of all the techies that hooked all our computers up together. So learned a lot at Benco and left to start a more customer service focused company here at Darkhorse Tech. Easy targets. Why think about even your own home, right? Thief wants you to be on vacation, for your dogs to be at the border, and they just want to waltz into your home. It's the same thing with dental practices, right? They're not like in, a dungeon hacking into your firewall, brute force getting in there. What they're really trying to find are offices that are very lackadaisical or non-compliant and just slip through the door and get access. So dental practices historically have been very lackadaisical on upholding those standards, which makes them easy targets. Ransomware is over 90% of what we see in this industry. The conduit for which it comes through is also pretty consistent, and that's email. And that is someone from the outside sends an email, your staff has their guard down, they're relaxed, I have a court case, let me click on this link, and all of a sudden your network has ransomware running on it, and that is the most common method of infiltration. We've had the opportunity to really come in and help out a lot of dentists after they have gotten compromised. Really what happens is a staff member clicks on an email, ransomware is now in the network, and there are a lot of steps throughout the process where it could have been prevented, but we're in there because they didn't have a backup, or they didn't have antivirus, or they didn't have a firewall, or they didn't have email security, or they didn't have any of that, and that's the most common way things happen. Completely up to date on your HIPAA compliance standards. You can get a risk assessment done from a company like Abide or HIPAA Secure Now, a very third-party impartial process, and it's going to take you through everything that has to do with the HIPAA law, not just IT. If you want a very IT-focused one, choosing a provider that is knowledgeable in healthcare can take you through antivirus, firewall, email security, cybersecurity awareness training, HIPAA compliance training, and just check all those boxes off for you. Statistics will show that email is really the biggest issue that we see as how things get into the practice. So not educating your staff on what a phishing email, an impersonated email looks like for someone trying to get into your office is definitely the number one thing that is neglected by offices. The penalties for non-compliance are up to $50,000 per record. So the larger the practice, the bigger that is going to be. And then there's an escalator about how negligent you were, right? Were you even trying to be HIPAA compliant? Were you not? And it can increase from there. HIPAA and cybersecurity are really linked together. HIPAA is going to say you need antivirus, you need a backup, you need a firewall, you need to be responsible for your patient's healthcare information, and they are linked together. Only work with practices that are willing to be HIPAA compliant. So you will not find a client of ours that is like, hey, I don't want to do a backup system. We're not willing to take on that responsibility ourselves, right? Don't even want to be involved in something like that. But the good part is the plans that we offer to our clients will meet the bare minimum standards of HIPAA compliance so that you can rest assured no matter what plan you are on at Darkhorse Tech that you will have protection from ransomware, from any of these breaches happening to your practice. It actually might not happen to you, right? But it will happen to 6% of dentists every year. So the odds are, if you're in business for a long time, it's probably going to happen to you. Isn't it nice just to skip past that whole step? Because 40% of dentists that experience a breach end up going out of business because of reputational loss and the impact of that cost of paying the breach fines. The easiest way to get started with us is to go to our website and fill out a form, and we can schedule a call and go over where your practice is right now, right? We're really interested in working with practices that want to keep their patient health information safe, right? And keep that relationship a trustworthy one, right? And we are that layer that you can add to your practice that allows you to provide and follow through on that trust that your patients have given you.